Are you serious? Are you serious? Are we seeing the signs of the apocalypse? We know the comet ISON is coming. And matter of fact, NASA now is telling us that the thing is going to be absolutely spectacular. Already now they have identified that the comet ISON is 3,100 miles across. That's from New York to LA. They're saying it's bigger. It's a little bit bigger than the continent of Australia. This thing is huge. And it's racing toward the sun. It's going to go skimming by. It's going to light up and illuminate and may become the brightest star in history. Certainly the brightest star since the Star of Bethlehem that brought forth the proclamation from the heavens that a Savior had been born. I'm just wondering, could this comet ISON, S-O-N, be another sign in the stars that a coming king is going to return? What? But what about this? We have crazy ants. I want to thank Troy of North Carolina for that article. We've got some crazy ants going loose right now that feast on electronics and are invading the U.S. They cannot be killed with normal insecticide. I want to thank Linda Gilliam for this report. Since it was first spotted in Houston in 2002, it's spreading to some 21 countries and 21 counties, 21 counties in Texas and 20 counties in Florida, and a few locations in Mississippi and Louisiana. They are some type of crazy ants, and they're what? They're monopolizing the food sources. They're just a pest. They're a pestilent, and now they're attacking electrical wiring, causing millions of dollars worth of damage. Ants! What? The ants apocalypse. But wait, there's more that we've got. I'm going to show you some of these guys. Look at these things. What? What? That's close-ups of them. That picture is University of Texas College and Natural Sciences, courtesy of them. These things are ugly, man. But anyway, wait. There's more going on here. I don't even know what to do with this story. I don't even know if this is a hoax. I don't know what to do with this story. So I'm just going to say, I received an email from Ben of Indonesia about trees that are bleeding. I watched the video. It does look like trees are bleeding. I don't know if it's a hoax. I don't know if it's a flat-out trick. I don't know what this is. But they're quoting from the Apocalypse of Ezra, which is not in the Bible. It's not in the Bible. Some believe it was written by Ezra, that it was a prophecy by Ezra called the Apocalypse of Ezra, in which he says, quote, "And blood shall trickle forth from wood, and the stone utter its voice. The people shall be in commotion. The outgoings of the stars shall change." Now, I don't know. I've never read the Apocalypse of Ezra. We don't know if it was written by Ezra or somebody else. It could be a hoax document. We don't know. And then again, trees bleeding could be a hoax. But if you've ever seen it or you've ever heard of it for sure, leave your comments below on this one, okay? I just throwing that out for you because I don't know anything about it, and I just don't know. But I do know this. Floods in Europe, the worst flooding in 500 years. As the Czech Republic, expectations that Central Europe's flooding would ease this week were put on hold following heavy rainfall over the weekend. What? Can I have some coffee? Calm down. It's flooding in Europe. And get this. It's overflowing the rivers near critical levels in the Czech Republic. Flood wave is moving through northern Germany, triggering more evacuations. Matter of fact, my son, who's in the U.S. Army, is stationed in northern Germany, 30 miles from the Czech Republic. So he's right over in there. Yet he said he's fine. The U.S. Army base he's on is set in a good high location. So pray for the people of Europe. Pray for the people of the Czech Republic and Germany and around Europe, where the flooding is the worst in 500 years. And I want to thank James McKay for that article. Thank you, James. Now, Reed Rogers gets to me. Let's go to the Middle East. First of all, Europe. While we're in Europe, riot police are moving in as the anti-G8 summit has begun. UK protesters in London, police in riot gear, move in on central London building where activists had planned the anti-G8 protests through the British capital on Tuesday. They just had Bilderberg. Now they get the G8. My wife made a great statement to me this morning. Heidi said to me, well, the Bilderberg guys knew when to show up a week before so they can all settle everything what they want to do, and then they'll go to the G8 summit and they'll implement it. What? Oh, it won't be the same cast of characters, but they'll pass the playbook on to the next group that's coming in, the real power brokers, the presidents and prime ministers that will be showing up. That's taking place right now in London. Get ready for G8 next week. That's going to get crazy. Reed Rogers also sent this to me. Clashes in Istanbul, Turkey, as the Prime Minister Erdogan refuses to yield. Istanbul, Turkish riot police fired tear gas and water cannons at hundreds of protesters armed with rocks and fireworks on Tuesday as they tried to regain control of the central Istanbul square at the heart of the anti-government demonstrations. Now, Prime Minister Erdogan struck a defiant note declaring that he would not yield to the protesters, while in a further sign of effects the 10-day-old crisis has had on the markets. The central bank said it would intervene if needed to support. They say the Prime Minister is rough. So what was going on? We are going to kneel down in front of these people. Erdogan said after the action started, if you call this roughness, I'm sorry, but Erdogan won't change. Folks, I saw live some of the rioting this morning, and I'm just going to be brutally honest with you. I saw people that were Europeans. They weren't from Turkey. I mean, there was a bunch of them, and they were not from Turkey. They were Europeans, maybe even Americans. So I think that some other groups are sending people in to help protest with a few people that are disenfranchised with the Turkish government. I don't expect this to go on any further unless the Muslim Brotherhood starts sending in men with arms and start to take up a battle against Erdogan. You got to be careful, because Erdogan is against the Muslim Brotherhood, and Erdogan and Turkey is a part of NATO for now. But wait, Reed Rogers also sent me another article. Explosions in downtown Damascus. 2 bombs kill 15 people in central Damascus today on this June the 11th, 2013. Syrian television said the bombs exploded close to the police post in the central Mahara Square, where the British-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said one bomb was detonated by a suicide attacker inside the police station. Most of the people dead are police officers loyal to Assad. It's getting very ugly in Damascus, but the Bible said it would. In Isaiah 17, verse 1, the burden of Damascus, behold, Damascus is no longer a city, but becomes a ruinous heap. And then in Jeremiah 49, 23 through 27, the prophet Jeremiah says that Damascus will literally fall, and that the young men would fall dead in the streets, and the men of war would be cut off, and the city would be gripped in fear, seized in fear, and many would flee, and the walls of Damascus would be on fire. We're still watching this develop. This prophecy is developing. Also, Troy of North Carolina sent me, Egypt's opposition says to Mohammed Morsi, it's too late for unity talks. It's too late. It's too late. Egypt's largest opposition group today, June 11, 2013, dismissed a call by the country's president for national reconciliation talks, saying it was too late. They're angry. They hate the Sharia law. They hate what he's done to the economy. They hate the police state. They hate the persecution. So he's agreed to build 2 new churches for Christians. It's too late because of the massacring and the madness, the meanness, the misguided message of the mosque, of the Meccas, of the Muslims. Are you serious, Mohammed? Mercy! Give your life to Jesus Christ. End days. We're in the end days.